Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Royale, still part of the Blueprint base building media team, coming at you today with this crazy attack, which is Hog Raiders and Bat Spells. That is right, if you guys have not had enough of these insanely creative wars, of course we had that absolutely mad event recently to celebrate 10,000 subscribers over here on our YouTube channel. If you guys haven't already checked out the video for that, make sure you guys do so. But let's jump straight into these attacks. You can see we have Zero is coming in here, and he's going to be grabbing that Town Hall nice and early. 20 Hog Raiders, 3 Ice Golems, and 7 Bat Spells. This honestly is a composition I have not really seen too much, so as soon as I saw these attack replays, I was like, I have to make a video on this. Completely and utterly crazy. You're going to see we're dropping down those Sneaky Goblins. If you guys have not already tried this Sneaky Goblin trick, it is a really good way to get rid of the Town Hall super early on in attacks, and you can see it really doesn't cost too many housing space. You do only need that one invisibility spell as well to help support. This also is a really nice entry into this attack. You'll see we have 2 Inferno Dragons, one down at 6 o'clock and one over there at the 3 o'clock side, and we have some regular wall breakers. That is right, regular wall breaks coming in there to open up those first 2 compartments. We're then going to go ahead, drop down a couple of rage spells and use that log launcher. So basically what we're doing here is a massive Sui. We're going to do as many heroes into this first compartment as possible. We're then going to use our Eternal Tome, try and take care of both of these scatter shots. All the meanwhile we have the log launcher rolling all the way through the core, which you're going to see is going to be able to pick up a load of value. We still have that Queen ability, we still have the RC ability. Queen currently taking care of the scatter shot down at the 6 o'clock side. Finally, it's going to go down. And we're going against the base here with 2 multi-target Infernos, so certainly not an easy base to take care of with Bat Spells, but I tell you what, Zio is doing an amazing job right here. This Sui is completely crushing through the core of this base. The Inferno Dragons at the start did an excellent job of just creating enough of a funnel that all of the heroes pushed directly into the core. But here come those bats. We have a couple of these free spells to help support them. They're going to be dropping down here right onto that multi-target Inferno over on the right. We're going to make sure we hopefully deal with this Wizard Tower in time. We do. It goes down, and these bats can now start to clear up the rest of the base. We're going to pop our Queen ability there. Was maybe struggling for time a little bit, but we're going to come through, smash through the back end of this one. Couple of cleanup troops in, and you'll see this is a pretty crazy attack, and it all really depends on how much you can funnel those heroes into the core of the base. Moving forward through into our next attack right here, you can see very similar. This one bringing 4 of those Ice Golems. Sadly, doesn't end up getting that super wall breaker which he was looking for at the start. Was probably looking to try and take down those storages, but well, he's just going to have to wait a little touch here. Using a couple of Yetis and a couple more Sneaky Goblins. He does need to be careful because you always need to make sure you bring some test Sneaky Goblins. He goes ahead, drops them down, make sure that invisibility spell is placed correctly so we're not catching the Town Hall with it, and down goes the Town Hall, picking up that first star on the board. And here comes that Sui once again. So no longer do we have these Inferno Dragons coming in, but however this time we're going to be bringing in some Yetis. So those Yetis not only are going to be able to do some work themselves, but of course those Yeti mites are going to actually be able to go in there and target a couple of defenses, which is really nice. We're also going to start sprinkling in these Hog Raiders. You can see going to go one line up towards the 12 o'clock side and then one line pushing over towards this 9 o'clock side, dropping down the Eternal Tome ability. Those Hog Raiders of course going to be used to clear out as many defenses as possible. All the meanwhile we have the log launcher rolling through into the core of the base, giving our heroes, both our King, Queen, Grand Warden and Royal Champion, all access through into that core section, trying to rip as much of the base apart early on in the attack as possible. A couple of cleanup troops already going to be coming in through from that top section of the base. Our heroes are still looking pretty good. Going to be using the first of these Ice Golems to tank one of the Wizard Towers while these bats start to come in. Sadly, they do get pushed back by that sweeper, but that's not going to cause them too many issues. As long as this Ice Golem pops, it can freeze up that Wizard Tower and these bats can start to smash through the back end of this one, cleaning out so many of these defenses, and this is just looking absolutely crushed once again. We have a Swag Hog Rider because why not? But this guy is so good with this strategy, and it's all working against these bases with the town halls on the outside. You can snipe with those sneaky goblins. You can then use that log launcher to smash through the core of the base. But you'll see right here, the defenders are basically lining up defenses for Zeo to roll his log launcher over. We've got a multi-target, an Eagle Artillery, another multi, and a single target Inferno, and the log launcher is just going to be able to get so much value. But first things first, of course, we have to secure that town hall. Down goes the invisibility spell, making sure that town hall does go down. There it is, first star on the board. We're going to lure out the CC troops, drops down a Yeti just to clear out one of those wizard towers. Of course, the wizard towers, one of those few defenses that can cause issues against our bats. Again, you'll see there's 2 multi-target Infernos in the core of this base, and that is something I'm sure Zeo is going to want to make sure he takes down. In come those ice golems, of course, going to be used to, well, freeze everything up, and the heroes are going to follow in behind. Another Yeti going to be used up towards that 1 o'clock section. And now that log launcher coming on through. Maybe a little bit misplaced with that log launcher, not rolling over as much as he potentially could have been looking for. But of course, that nice early Eternal Soul mobility should help protect that log launcher for a decent amount of time. Sadly, it looks like he did take some damage quite early on in this attack, so it's not going to be able to roll all the way through to the back end of this one. We've got the double scatter shot as well. One over towards this bottom right and one towards the top left. The Royal Champion going to now be coming in from that 12 o'clock side, dealing with one of those wizard towers, and then should push through hopefully towards the scatter shot on the back end. Beautiful free spell coming down. All the meanwhile, we still have our Queen and our Royal Champion ability to be deployed. Queen is going to have to go to ability right there. Goes ahead, pops that off. RC still has ability, so the scatter shot is going to end up going down, and this base just looks completely crushed. Single target Inferno in the core is not going to be able to do too much. We still have 2 freezes, 7 bat spells, so we can almost swag all of them at this point. We're going to start using those free spells. He is doing absolutely everything in his power to swag all those spells. He does end up needing to drop down a couple of bats, but it's going to be enough to pull in yet another 3-star. This man is crazy good with this strategy, and it doesn't stop there. Bringing in yet another attack. On this one, we have 19 sneaky goblins, which is mental. 19 sneaky goblins. It just shows that you can bring as many as you want to make sure that town hall is going to be secured. Now, remember, the only issue potentially with this attack is you're going to be pretty limited on the remainder of your super troops, because you are bringing, of course, those super wall breakers, and you're bringing those sneaky goblins. So just keep that in the back of the mind. If you're starting to maybe ponder about using other super troops, then you will not be able to use either the sneakies or those super wall breakers. But this is a slight different base. You can see right here, we're potentially not going to be able to get as much value as we have on some of these other bases as we have on this one. But the Royal Champion is going to be coming in with this push, I would assume. We've yet to deploy her. Holding off a little bit on her. I wonder if... okay, we've not dropped her just yet, so that's an interesting play. Slightly different. She's going to be coming in now from that 5 o'clock section of the base. The Eternal Tome is going to hopefully be able to let our log launcher open up a couple more walls. Beautiful. It does open up a few there on the back end. The King's going to clean out that Inferno in the core. Hog Riders and the RC going to be making some progress over towards the left hand side, while the Yetis, the King and the Queen make some progress up towards that right section of the base. We have 3 free spells as well as those bat spells left up in this attack. They are going to be coming through on the back end of this one. We do only have 1 wizard tower, which is up towards that top section of the base. Hopefully our King should deal with it, and then we can go ahead and drop down those bat spells. Here they come to help deal with this scatter shot on the back end. They're going to smash through that. We can swag this last freeze, and Zeo crushes another base with a very, very unique strategy that I would love it if you guys could try out. If this is something that does tickle your fancy and you want to give it a go, even if it's just in friendly challenges, let us know down in the comments how you guys do get on with it. We hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a comment down below, leave a like too, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you guys in the next Blueprint video. Peace.